Hey guys, how we doing and how we feeling today? Okay, so on this episode, we're gonna talk about Carly Rae Jepsen's seventh studio album titled The Loveliest Time, the side B to her sixth studio album, The Loneliest Time, which we already covered and reviewed on episode 38 of the podcast. Now, Carly Rae Jepsen is best known for her smash Billboard Hot 100 number one hit, Call Me Maybe, from 2012. Now, prior to the album release, we had just one single, Shy Boy. We'll get to that in a moment. Now, onto the album itself. The album is 43 minutes and 35 seconds long, so it's kind of your standard listening session. Now, onto the track list. So the first track, Anything to Be With You. This is not a very strong opening track for the album. It's kind of a repetitive song, and this is a song about willing to do anything and everything to spend time with someone. The attraction you feel towards them is so strong that it doesn't matter what it takes for you to be with them. Now, track number 2, Kamikaze, the first of my highlights on the album. Carly picks things up with this track, and this song is about reconnecting with an ex, even though you know for a fact that it spells nothing but trouble. Because you find yourself feeling lonely and just want to have some fun to forget about your loneliness for a little while, is precisely why you're willing to make this bad decision. Now, track number 3, After Last Night. This is a song about becoming more intimate with someone after a night spent together. So much so that there is a fear of throwing it all away by making a false move. Because you both wanted to work out, you decide to take a moment to make sure you understand each other and where you both want the situationship to head towards. And I say situationship because in the case of this song, Carly is not talking about a defined relationship. It doesn't have a label on it. So basically, in case you don't know, a situationship is when you're seeing someone, but both of you don't want to put a label on it, so you're just like seeing each other, and that's that. Now, track number 4, Aeroplanes. This song is about craving a person's love so deeply that you would do just about anything for it. You want this person to be the one, but fear that they won't see you the same way. This song is lyrically similar to the opening track, Anything to Be With You. Moving on to track number 5, Shy Boy, another one of my highlights. This is a lead single, as I already mentioned, and the only single up until this point of this recording. This is a pretty radio-friendly song, so I get why Carly chose it as a lead single, or just as a single at that. And this song is about taking charge and being the one to make the first move when meeting someone new. You feel a sense of empowerment and confidence by initiating the flirtation. Now, track number 6, Collage. This is a standout moment in the album. This song sounds drastically different than the rest of the album, and this is a song about hurting yourself and hurting someone else in the process, and dealing with that pain. And I don't know if I already mentioned this, but it's also one of my highlights on the album. Now, track number 7, Shadow. This is a song about being unable to escape someone's shadow. Wherever you go, you find yourself thinking about them and feeling their presence. Now, track number 8, Psychedelic Switch. Another one of my highlights. The production here is top notch. Another standout moment in the album, for sure. This is a really fun and upbeat song. I can see Carly pushing this song as a single in the near future. It has a lot of, radio hits potential, and music video potential as well. And this song is about a love that feels so good that you feel as if you're on cloud 9 in a truly euphoric state. This person you're with is unlike anyone you've ever met before, and they make you feel so good about yourself that you have a very healthy level of self-love going on. And as the title suggests, it also kind of feels like you're on psychedelics. Now, track number 9, So writes, this is a song about you and the person you're in a relationship with messing up when it really counts, following a series of times where you both made the right call. Which, I mean, is pretty natural for any relationship. You worry that you both messed up so bad this time, however, that you think you lost this person's love for good. Now, moving on to track number 10, Come Over. This is a song about being unable to stop thinking about someone you're seeing and being so eager to get together with them. Now, track number 11, Put It to Rest. This is a song about shaking off the regrets of everything that perhaps you haven't been able to handle with as much grace as you would like. And finally, track number 12, Stadium Love. This is not a very strong closing track for the standard edition of the album. And this is a song about everything that comes with love at first sight. As with you're deeply smitten with this person, you can't stop thinking about them and wish nothing more than for this love to be reciprocated. And on the digital edition of this album, I guess you could call it the deluxe edition. For now, we have a 13th track, Weekend Love, but I'm not gonna go over that one. Now, my final overall thoughts on the album are that this is not a worthy counterpart to The Loneliest Time. And I believe that The Loneliest Time had more substance to it, was more deep. And Carly didn't manage to stick the landing. Now, when comparing this album to the rest of Carly's discography, do I consider this album to be the best to date? Her best to date? I would say no. As I said in my review for The Loneliest Time, I still think that Emotion is Carly's best album to date. So briefly going over her entire discography, we have her debut album, Tug of War, which was kind of a weak debut album. Now, her second studio album, Kiss, this is a significant step up from her debut album. Carly starts to find her footing, more specifically her sound, and also this is the album where Call Me Maybe originates from. Now, her third studio album, Emotion, Carly levels up once more with this third installment in her discography, and you have hit singles like I Really Like You and Run Away With Me. Now, the fourth album, Dedicated. This is a pretty solid album, yet it's a slight step down from Emotion. Now, the fifth studio album, Dedicated Side B, the songs are of lower quality than those of Dedicated. And now, the sixth album, The Loneliest Time, Carly switches things up with a fresh sound, and this album feels like a successful rejuvenation of Carly's music, which brings us to the seventh studio album, The Loveliest Time. Now, what score do I give The Loveliest Time? I give it 3 out of 5 stars. So yeah, guys, that was my review for The Loveliest Time by Carly Rae Jepsen. Before I go, make sure to follow Pop and Bop on social media. It's at Pop and Bop on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, and also Threads. Well, Twitter is now X, but yeah, you get the gist of it. And Pop and Bop on Facebook and YouTube to get more content. So, yeah, this has been Pop and Bob. I'm Emilio Fernandez, and thank you so much for listening. Catch you next time.